This is Sarah.
She's an annual pass holder.
I bought Disney.
Whoa. Okay, Elon.
She is my wife's very best friend. Oh yeah, and it's her birthday.
Almost my birthday.
Happy birthday.
We traveled all the way from Georgia to Florida to figure out if we could give her perfect Disney day. Well, is it possible? That's the plan. Guess you'll have to wait and find out. The plan was simple, but also complicated. We were going to park at Hollywood Studios, knowing very well that's where we were planning on ending the day. But for the first half of the day, we were going to take the Skyliner from Hollywood Studios to Epcot. Once we arrived at each park, our plan was to do anything and everything on Sarah's list. Easy enough, right?
Oh my gosh, we're on the Skyliner.
First ride of the day.
I call this pre-ride. It's like pre-workout. But who does that?
Free ride.
Pre-ride.
Wind in the herd.
I mean, just look at Abby's hair right now. It's just...
We arrived at Epcot and we had our priorities in order. Sarah was fortunate enough to book the first virtual queue spot for Guardians of the Galaxy.
You got words? Any words? No? No words?
I personally never wrote it, but I was absolutely eager.
So, Sarah, what would you say about Guardians? What is your opinion? We wrote it.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for you? Abby?
The best ride.
I had so much fun.
So much fun?
And we got September because my hair was blinding me.
I thought it was awesome. It's like if you merged like Space Mountain with like actually flying in space, and then also like a gimbal or like being on a gyroscope. It's the smoothest roller coaster I've ever ridden in my entire life.
It's 10 out of 10.
It's great.
And my wife didn't ride because she had back surgery this summer. Oh, and Abby's hair got wrapped around her eyes.
And then it got wrapped around my face. And it was gone. But it was fun.
It happens to the best of us.
At this point, we were starving and ready for food. However, looking at the Flower and Garden Festival lines for individual cheaper-esque food that we really wanted, we realized it was not worth the wait in line. So we ended up going to France and getting some food.
Okay, let's do this thing.
After eating our meal, I really wanted this ice cream brioche dish that was made here in Epcot. I saw a lot of Instagram reels about it. As you can see, I was absolutely crazy about it. And I just, gosh, it was good.
Ready to go for a swim?
Oh yeah, always ready.
I'm ready to throw tea into the harbor.
And while I questioned whether or not Sarah knew that this wasn't Boston and it was indeed Florida, we really did discover that America and Italy are right next door to each other.
Why do people complain about traveling?
So easy.
America?
So easy.
Italy.
After a quick look at some model trains, we were going to try to ride Soarin'. The only problem is, we didn't have enough time to make it happen. So, instead, we decided to tour the water cycle with Moana. It was epic, there was no line, and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. I mean, look. From there, we got to dance a little bit, wave at some water, high-five some water, walk underwater,
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife.
and also get hit by a lot of water. And also look at some great greenery, looking like Tafiti herself. And then you know what? You know what I don't buy? We're just walking and look, that's Squirt, right? But there's this Disney employee and she's like, that's not Squirt. I'm like, what is this? Like the Canon Police? That totally looks like Squirt. Leave a comment saying this is totally Squirt in the comments below to prove a point. I feel validated. But moving on. We were running out of time here in Epcot. So we decided to hit the single rider line for Test Track before we hopped on the Skyliner to head back. However, things only got worse because we were right at the front of the single rider line when the whole ride decided to shut down for about, 20 minutes or so. But it finally got fixed. Here's proof that we rode it. We also ran into this old lady who had a lot of pins. I'm pretty sure my wife and Sarah want to become this woman at some point. Just look, Anyways, back to the Skyliner. As you can see, we're doing a little reverse maneuver over to Hollywood Studios.
Flying, and I'm starring everything that we can reach.
We finally arrived in Hollywood Studios, and thanks to my lovely wife, we were able to have a full itinerary upon arrival. So we were about to walk on to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, where we would enjoy lots of trains and great effects. It's one of my wife's most favorite rides, and also Sarah's too. And I don't know if you've ever turned around and looked at the end, but look, it says the end when you walk out the same way you walked in. It's pretty cool. Okay, a nerd moment over. But now it's time for Toy Story Land.
Aren't you excited?
So excited! Toy Story Land!
We actually haven't been back here since we were dating. Now we're married.
And she absolutely loves me.
We made it this time.
Anyways, now on to Slinky Dog, walking on again. Very thankful for those Lightning Lane reservations that my wife made for us.
Booking Lightning Lanes.
I'm booking lightning. I'm doing business.
Setting us up for success.
It's an absolute necessity to have these if you want your perfect day at Disney. Right, Sarah? You cannot tell me that that's not the face of someone who's absolutely delighted that they just saw a toy soldier drumline in Disney World because she majored in music, and we all did, except for Abby, and it's a big deal. These guys are toy soldier drumline members. I love marching band. Okay, moving on.
It's time for Indiana Jones. Never seen this. Should be good. Right, Sarah?
It's so good.
There you go.
And it was good. I was not fully expecting them to break the fourth wall, but hey, lots of fun. A few explosions later.
So where are we now?
Toy Mania? I had to think about that for a second.
Last time we did this, we were dating.
And if you guys aren't familiar with how amazing this ride/game is, every time we've come to Hollywood Studios, we play this multiple times. Loads of fun, especially if you're competitive. We interrupt this regularly scheduled and overly edited vlog for breaking news.
It looks Lifeguard Louie.
And who's Lifeguard Louie, you might ask? Well, Lifeguard Louie is from the old card game Old Maid. It's basically like Go Fish, but blindfolded. You're picking other cards to get matches from other people around the table. And he is card number 9. Every card in the deck has a match except for the Old Maid. Whoever the last player is with a card, well, they're the Old Maid. Lifeguard Louie represents a man who's looking out for other people's lives, and I think that is somebody that Sarah is truly interested in. And now it's time for Toy Story Mania. What you need to do is get the highest score. It's that easy. You're basically just shooting some targets, pulling a lever. Makes your arms really tired.
We didn't do too bad.
And after getting hundreds of thousands of points, we were hungry again, and now it's time for a food hack here in Toy Story Land. It's literally just ordering off the kids menu. Just order ahead of time on the app. Don't walk up. You're too old. You're not a child anymore. But you can order off the kids menu if you order on the app, and then just pick it up. Just pick it up. Reasonably priced. Pick it up.
I can't.
Birthday cupcake.
And how would Sarah like to end her perfect day, you might ask?
Fantastic. #1 show on Disney property. Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down.
With our hands down, prepared for that evening's events, it was time for
The plan that we now have, gonna go get coffee.
bad idea.
Didn't get enough sleep last night. We're gonna head over to Batu here, Star Wars Land. Then wait in line for Rise of Resistance because the wait's only like an hour right now.
Foreshadowing.
Then Smuggler's Run. Smuggler's Run. We're doing Smuggler's Run. We have a lightning lane for that. And then Fantasmic. That's what we're doing over on the outskirts of the park. And with whatever time we have left, we're gonna try to come back and do Toy Story Mania as many times as possible before the park closes. Good luck.
Very ambitious.
We are.
Time jump.
So our plan officially changed. Rise of the Resistance jumped up to 90 minutes.
I ruined Sarah's day. I'm the one that wanted the coffee. We didn't get Rise of the Resistance. Everybody, let's go home. Pack it up. Video's over. And we're done. Wait, what's that? We haven't finished. You want? There are people that want to see the end. This was the final push, despite every setback. It was time to finish what we had started, mistakes or not. Are you ready? Let's go. Our first stop was into Star Wars Land. We saw where Paco, our puffer pig, came from. We rode Smuggler's Run.
The whole time.
We chose the right.
And finally, it was time to see Fantasmic.
We are walking back to Toy Story Land. Sarah is panicking. We're all walking fast, like little ducklings following their mom, try to get back on Toy Story Mania. Mission accomplished.
We're in line. We doing it.
Sarah,
Yes.
today was your celebration of you and your birthday. Was it your perfect day? Did we do everything you wanted to do? Tell us about
I
it.
think so. Got to ride the Skyliner, got to do Guardians, go to Epcot, got to do all the things here in Hollywood Studios, my favorite part. Got to see some shows, got to see Fantasmic, the flowers,
The picture with the monorail. We got
picture
the
of the monorail. Dreams were coming true today. It was happening. We had good food, good friends. Well, we didn't get to ride Rise of the Resistance or Soarin', but other than that, we did it. And got 3 new pins.
Done.
That's it. Yeah. I'm about to see Lifeguard Louie.
I was like, what are Louis coming up?
Of my life. This really
If Lifeguard Louis, if you're a real person, I need Deacon.
a stunner.
At the end of the day, we didn't end up checking off everything on Sarah's list for her perfect day. But I think we can all agree that we learned that the magic of Disney is not necessarily all the rides and getting to do everything on your list. But instead, it's the people you get to share those experiences with. That's the real magic at Disney World.
At the end of the day, you can't beat them all.
But you did.
But I did.